few years ago, I was walking through the woods off the beaten track a bit, and I smelled this really overpowering sweet smell. Being nosy, I pulled back the undergrowth to have a look and found a dead body. The guy had clearly been there a while and wasn't looking great, all swollen and green and black with various runny bits. The local wildlife has also been dining well for a few days. I called police who told me to wait with the body until they arrived. Being the middle of nowhere, it took a while for them to arrive and it got dark. I was just there, sat there in the dark with him for a long time. Turned out he had committed suicide for a long time afterwards. I had dreams about him and he would talk to me and not nice things. Mainly about he was angry I disturbed his resting place and he wanted to kill myself. Probably just my imagination, but all pretty despairing at the time. It still turns up in my dreams from time to time, and no doubt will be tonight after typing this. About 2 years ago, I was driving home from a family reunion, pretty late at night. The drive was about 2 hours. I didn't stay the night because I had to be back for work the following day. Most of the drive was on roads with dense bushes and trees on either side. The real creepy ones you see a lot in movies. Anyway, I'd been driving about 45 minutes and I was started to get really tired. You know how sometimes you just suddenly become real tired out of nowhere? Well, yeah, that happened to me. I knew I was going to last, but I didn't come across any place that I felt like a bunk and safely sleep. Anyway, after it became clear to me that I was going to find a place to pull up and my tiredness wasn't going away, I did something very questionable. I pulled over to the side of the road into the grass behind some bushes to try and hide my car from everyone else who was going to come past. Sometime later, I was awoken by the starting sounds. I look at the clock, 11:50. Sound stopped after a few seconds, and because I was still extremely tired, I didn't bother looking around and simply went back to sleep. I was later awoken by the same sound, and it was now 12:40. This time, it really freaked me out because the sound didn't stop. The thought ran across my mind that it was just an animal inspecting the car, but why would it return almost an hour after the previous time? I looked in my rearview mirror and just managed to catch a glimpse of something running away into the forest. Now, at the time, I thought it was the damn hook killer, you know, the one that scratched the couple's car and then slaughtered the guy when he got out to investigate. Fuck that, I thought to myself. So I got the hell out of there. There was no bend more than 100 yards up the road, and as I came around it, there was a fucking car parked off to the side of the road and the driver's side opened. I slowed down to just look if anyone was in there, but there wasn't. Then I looked in my rearview mirror and I didn't see anything, and all of a sudden, this guy comes sprinting around the corner. He started screaming at me, shouting stuff like, Hey, you, get the fuck out of your car, now. I knocked the fuck out there and sped off. I never saw the guy again. More of the story, don't fucking sleep on the side of a deserted. A few summers ago, I went for a bike around Benad with a friend. We were on our separate ways at the end of the evening, and I had about 2 blocks to ride back myself. Because of construction, I tried on the sidewalk, but the streets were dead. But it wasn't a problem until right where I was to turn left onto my street. There was this man walking himself, maybe 40s, a little scruffy but not homeless. The sidewalk was narrow and I didn't want to freak him out, so when I gave about 60 feet behind him, I said, Hey, behind you. He turned around and gave me this super angry look. I turned out on this meat street and started to follow me, literally screaming about how I was a fucking cunt and was going to kill me and all that. I live right off the corner and I don't want him to figure that out, so I decided to do another loop around the block. That's not the scary part. The scary part is that when I looked back around and looked down the street, I saw him standing on the fucking front stoop, staring out at the street like the motherfucker knew I lived there. He saw me ride by again and didn't say anything. I ended up going back to the friends, but my bike got stolen from the alley by the house two 2 days later. Every year, my town hosts a carnival. It's a big deal. Carousels, fair games, Hall of Mirrors, and that stupid trolley swing ride that makes you want to vomit. They will pull out all the stops for this one weekend in October. Growing up, I would get sugar sick, as my mom liked to call it, from all the cotton candy and funnel cakes. I only feel the symptoms after the night was done. Lying in bed, clutching my prizes, I ignored the malice and played back all the festivities in my head. I'll skip the carnival now. It doesn't do anything for me anymore, so I imagine my dismay as my girlfriend, who helped work the carnival, dragged me along one night after all the crowds had left. No lines, she squealed. I even know how to turn on the Ferris wheel. I tried to look excited. She yanked me over to the shooting gallery and we sat down in front of a counter lined with water pistols. Several bullseye targets hung about 15 feet away. We fired away, but of course, I let her win. I jumped the counter and make my way over to the prize rack. Huge stuffed animals, baseball caps, and t-shirts lined the wall. Which one do you want? I yelled back. He tried to look like she was making a life-altering decision. I'll admit now, he was kind of cute before choosing. I see her wear out a cell phone and snap a picture of me next to the prizes. I'm stuck between picking you or the stuffed octopus next to the clown head doll. I'll take the octopus. I rolled my eyes and reached past the clown head doll for the octopus. From there, she pulled me over to the carousel. I watched her disappear into the engine control room, and a few seconds later, the pipe organ started and the carousel cranked into motion. During the ride, you felt it was a time for another picture. I really tried to smile. I only stayed at the Hall of Mirrors for a few minutes. It was pitch black in there. We kept bumping into the mirrors and each other. Of course, she snapped a picture in there too. The blinding flash didn't help our disorientation. After the terrifying Hall of Mirrors situation, we decided to leave. She told me she was going to go home and post a picture of the great night. Next morning, I got on Facebook and noticed a small album she uploaded. I started reading through the comments. Lucky bastards. Could have all to herself. Nice. What struck me off guard were the next comments. Love the puddle thumping clown. Who's the dress up as a clown? Wait, what? I looked through the pictures again and sure enough, there it is. In the carousel picture, there was a tall clown in the background. Speed off this ride whatever somehow blurred this image, but I could still see him just standing there, arms at his sides in the Hall of Mirrors. Flash illuminated the face of a smiling clown in one mirror in the corner of the picture. There was only chillingly twisted about his expression. How many times did I collide to him, thinking it was my girlfriend? And lastly, there was a picture of me sitting next to the shooting gallery prize rack. There, he was next to the octopus. I grabbed for my girlfriend and thought it was a doll. The realization made me absolutely sick. I was a hair's length away from him. His warm breath probably grazed my skin. What sort of sick delight did I get from doing this? I called up my girlfriend, was still asleep, and asked her if she knew the clown that we hired for the carnival. Her reply made me shudder. They got rid of clowns 5 years ago when parents complained they were scaring the kids. After this whole incident, my girlfriend quit her job at Carnival. We had a bonfire this November where she incinerated the stuffed octopus. She also pulled the album off of Facebook and deleted the pics from her phone. She said they disturb her way too much. What she doesn't know is that I copied the pictures from Facebook and saved them to my hard drive. I'm thinking of posting them here, but part of me doesn't want to relive that night.